Again, on all these Them Now videos, the caravan was pretty popular. So people requested something to do at Weston, so here we are. We're kind of in Kurri, but there's a sign to Weston, which is where our first photo is. Yeah, I found there's not as many old photos of Weston as there was of Kurri, but we found enough to get a video done, so let's go have a look around and see what we can see, and how things are changing, how things are still the same. Here's the first one. We'll put the real photo up at the top of this. It's about there somewhere. We'll figure that out. And it is the same bridge in July 1981. It looks pretty much the same. Got a few more trees on the right. Yeah, the cars are newer. They haven't been a lot around here. The sign's new, a new flashy sign for Weston compared to the old school one. But that is the start of Weston. Yeah, that's still the same street light there by the look of it. So yeah, let's go over the bridge and see what's in town. The unforeseen issue with the next two is there's a lot more trees here than there was back in 1981. All these photos, 1981 of the Percy Sternbeck photos, same with that one down the bottom of the bridge. We found this one here, it's made it quite busy for a Good Friday. Thought it was going to be preempted today, but it's not. This one here, the wind's kind of stuck, is the soccer ground train line from this bridge back in July 1981. I'll put the real one up at the top of that, make it a bit better. But yeah, this ground looks a lot different to back then, even without the trees in the way. So we might get on the ground level a bit later on and have a look at, see if we can get a picture of the new grandstand. It's a bit upgraded recently. To the left there's a new grandstand, so go check that one out. Another one's the Workers Club. I think it was taken from about here, probably the other side of the road, but it's a bit safer. But the Workers Club one, and it didn't have any date on this one. There is the Workers Club. It looked a lot different back then. It has the auditorium on the front's not there. I think this is the right angle from what I can tell. It's about there somewhere. So we'll go check that out on ground level as well. But yeah, this one hasn't got a date on the photo. All it says is Brian Andrews from the Coalfields Historical Society took it. That's all it says. It looks like it's probably from the almost 60s by the cars, maybe the 70s. Yeah, so we'll go to the ground level of these two, down the car park club, and check out what it looks like now. So about here is what I believe is about a similar angle. Like there's the front of the club to the left of that photo, and that auditorium, the slab roof area, is auditorium now. I believe that's not there in that photo. First I thought this was from the other direction, but it looks like in the photo that you can see the soccer ground, the soccer goals in the background of the photo, and it had to be taken from the railway bridge. So this is about the same angle now, except a bit lower because the bridge is covered in trees. But you can see they've added the auditorium at the front. They changed around where the Western Workers Club sign is. I think that Western Workers Club sign might be visible on the right from the soccer ground, maybe. But yeah, so that's what it looks like now anyhow. So yeah, there's no year in that photo, but yeah, it's a pretty old photo, that one, compared to some of the other ones we've had. Let's just duck over here and have a quick look at the soccer ground through the fence, compared to what it was like back in 1981. So through the fence, on the right here is a pretty similar area that is in that photo. The train line's behind the trees on the right. And back there looks like there was I remember we used to park our cars on the right there, so it looks like there was more room back then. Yeah, had a bit of fence there, stop hill. I think the tire ass is standing right here and watching soccer now. That solid fence back then, but on the left here, we'll zoom that in. That one. That grandstand's only just been recently refurbished, and they've added all these extra club room buildings along here. So the ground's looking pretty flush these days. Last time I came here, it was a construction site. There's all these grandstands on the end here now that never used to be there. Or there used to be old timber ones there. I'm not sure if they were there in 1981, but they were definitely there when I used to come here in the 90s. So yeah, that's what it looks like now. It's a bit of a different angle because of the fences makes it go out of focus, but a bit different angle because of the trees on the bridge. That's sort of the idea. And yeah, let's keep on going and have a look what we can find next. Right, here we are on the train line from Maitland to Cessna, I guess it is. Used to be a coal line. Previously it also was a commercial passenger line. There's still a lot of station platforms along here, abandoned station platforms and stuff. What we've got here this time is a picture of the bridge from same deal, 1981, from Percy Sternbeck. Must have had a big day taking photos that day. Yeah, you can just see back in there. I'll put the photo up here again. And I may pick this one. This looks pretty similar as with the other ones. There's a lot more trees here now. And this line is abandoned these days. But at least had trains parked here. Someone bought it to park trains on it, but they're gone now. They used to be through here. What happened to them? Yeah, it's all good. Yeah, it looks pretty similar. It's got a bit of graffiti on the bridge these days at the moment. And yeah, the left hand side's got a lot of trees in the way. Yeah, I mainly took this one because it had the cool old Rover Motors bus on the bridge, the old double decker. And the old fashioned signal there. So yeah, that's the bridge at the bridge. That's the bridge you took the pictures of the soccer ground from earlier, and it was in the other photo earlier. So now let's go have a look at some of the pubs and stuff in town here. The next one is the Aberdare Hotel at Weston. We used to come here about 20 odd years ago playing the pool comps and stuff. You can see it's pretty similar. This was shut down for a long time actually. On the left there is a building, part of the building on the left there. It used to be like a TAB, like a standalone TAB, which it is in that photo from this 1986, this one, from Percy Sternbeck. But yeah, they come and they redid the awning and stuff when they renovated it. But yeah, it was shut down for a long time, now it's open again. Yeah, it's still similar, still got the old Tus KB Lager, White Horse Ale tile work and stuff on the front there. It's been painted a similar colour to this photo from back in the day, so yeah, it's a pretty similar looking view, that one. Yeah, we'll go across the road and have a look at the bottle shop up the street here a bit. What we would like to find a photo of was the tyre service here. It's a service station, tyre shop. But yeah, a few years ago in a bushfire, but couldn't find a photo of it, so yeah, fortunately we can't do it before and after this one. This is just the after. Next one is Weston Cellars from 1986. So it's Percy Sternbeck as well, but this one's taken a bit later. There's a few here from 1986. This is one of them. But yeah, this is, what's that? 40 years ago it was a bottle shop, still is. So there's some old photos of this building. It was like an ambulance station or something like that back in the old days. The one to the right there, that was Weston RSL. I assume it still is. I'm not sure if it is actually anymore. It was Weston RSL for a while there, a long time. And you see back in 1986, the building to the right, that wasn't even there. Or if it was a building there, it had a different front on it and it's not visible from the street. So yeah. Yeah, they've added an awning to the RSL club too since then. There you go, it says Weston Cellars. So that's still a bowl shop. Still haven't got the same, where's this drive-through? I'm pretty sure that sign, oh no, it's a different sign. The rest of the sign is a Too's draft sign that's been painted over with icebox at some stage. There's still a Too's sign thing, so Too's sign on the front there, whereas I had the Too's sign 40 years ago. Right, let's go up the road a bit further. Well, here's another one here in Weston. This is in Station Street. Named because it used to be a railway station down here back in the old days. So it's pretty similar, except the old footbridge is gone. That was there for years. Even after the train line was gone, I think it's still there. Well, yeah, not being used much. But yeah, eventually it just rotted away. I took it out for safety reasons. Yeah, you can see that house on the left is still there. It looks like it used to be a shop at some stage in its life. But that front's boarded up like that. And yeah, the water tank's still there. But you're going to look from the other side of the line. So let's go have a look from the other side, looking back into town. Here's the next one. This is the other side of the railway line. This photo, I'm not totally sure where it come from. It's a newer photo, but it's old enough for the bridge to still be there. But the hardware store looks like it's possibly even still open there. That building on behind the big tree there. That tree there, there's a hardware store there. Or was, there's now personal trainers apparently. Yeah, so you can see on this is the other way. That tree on the left there has got much bigger, much fuller these days than it was back then. Yeah, this photo is probably might be like 20 years ago maybe by the look of it. It's nowhere near as old as the other ones. But I thought it was interesting to see this side of the railway line with the bridge still there. That's all. So I added that one in. On the way out, I might just have a quick look at the ground around here and see some old infrastructure here for the bridge and the trains set up with the tank. For this tank used to refill the old steam trains with the water. And over there you can see the pipe that they fill the water up with. So let's might have a bit of a look out on the way out and see what we can see of the old infrastructure here. I would have said Weston, for Weston Station. There's another one over here. Here's the actual platform over here. I'll go around the other side so we can get closer to that. That's what the old water tank looked like, a bit closer. So not too bad. I assume this is possibly like a heritage item these days, but it's still here. But the bridge here was no good. There's the outlet pipe for the water tank, I assume. They swing that around, fill up your steam train, keep it moving. And here, like, there's probably the other Western sign. Here's the actual platform for the train, for the passenger services that used to run through here. There's a few of these platforms between, say, Kurri and Cessnock. Right down there, you can might be able to see there's a signal station down there. There's a few of these around, so maybe one day we can go for a drive around, have a look at the different platforms, so we can find photos of them when they were at train stations. But for now, let's go and have a look around town a bit more. Next we have Bailey's Meats and what's called Hair Dallas Hair. Another one from 1981. And as you can see, it's the same building still. It's been painted a bit. There's still a hair studio on the left hand side. So they've had air conditioning since 1981, both buildings. But right there used to be Simply Bliss Bakehouse. It's not there anymore either, I don't believe, which is a shame because there's some good pies there. Yes, that one there's still pretty similar. It's just different businesses in the same building. That building still exists and still looks pretty much the same as it did 45 years ago. Right, that's about the right spot, I reckon. No, I was a little bit wrong, but we'll put it on the screen, try and get a bit closer. It's a bit busy here at the moment. It is Good Friday, but being a small shop that's open. But this is Weston Food Works these days. Back in 1912, it was opening up as the Kurri Cooperative Store Weston branch. You can see about then everyone's got out the front street in their probably regular clothes back then, not even their Sunday best. You get the photo. Being a photo at the front. Yeah, so that one there, not too sure who took that photo, as this credit is 1912. But yeah, so that building has been factories, there's been different things. It might have been a bakery, it's been clothes stores over the years. Got another photo to show in a minute when it was a clothes store. It's gone back to being a supermarket, which is kind of what it was back then. There it is. That photo is from around 2000, that was a Google Map photo. And that was when it was the Miller sales store. Sale at the time. There was a few different clothes stores after that, but yeah, they shut down for a while and reopened up as Food Works last year or two. Maybe 3 years maybe. There's another one, looks pretty similar. It's just down the road on the corner. It used to be the Western News Agency. This was in July 1981, this one was taken. As you can see, that little tree on the side of the road. A lot bigger these days. Yeah, otherwise it looks kind of similar, except news agency is long gone. I think there's a building or construction company has offices in there now. But yeah, it was news agency a lot of years, but it's been a bit of a decline in news agencies over the last, what, 10-20 years. And that's all the ones that went, so yeah. Also back then you could have cigarette ads on the side of your news agency. Something you would never see these days, or for a long time. So yeah, the building's still there. It's got a new purpose. And the one across the road there, the brick building, that's Western Chinese. It's still there. And the little building near where my car's parked is also still there. It's the same building. Trying to get this one in. This is another one. You can see the house on the left there, trying to line up a bit. There we are. We'll put the rural over the top anyhow. But this was the Western Fruit and Vegetable Market for a lot of years in this building here. And again, like the news agency, independent fruit and vegetable markets are sort of almost a lot less common these days with big supermarkets. So it's gone, but these days it's the Western Medical Centre, which moved, I think they were doctors somewhere else, so they moved it here. And you can see it's all shut up today because it's Good Friday. Yeah, same building, they've sort of just renovated it. It's got a bit added on to the right there by the look of it, since back in them days. Somewhere near where that signal was parked. And again, You don't realise how much trees grow, but that tree has grown a fair bit in the last 20 years, 25 years. Yeah, it's like a, oh no, there's a sign there, used to have some sort of sign on it, but that pole's still there, but it's, again, similar but different. Yeah, it's a bit newer, that photo, but yeah, it's from 25 years is a while ago now, I guess you think about it, but that's what's there now. What I was trying to hopefully get some photos of was these old buildings here. Get them in the shot. Used to be a supermarket there back in the day. But as noticed, it says on top of here, Santoni's Brothers Building, 1925. So that building just over 100 years old. Here's another slightly newer photo previously. This is from about 2000. This is actually taken from I found this online. It was a screenshot of a street view photo. Just like the old Weston mural that used to be on the side of that building. It's long gone now. I think that op shop's not even there anymore. I don't know if Global Care still has it, the church. It was an op shop for a while there. Yeah, there's a bit of shame they painted over the Western Bird World mural, but I guess it's a bit random for an op shop to have a Bird World mural on the side. Left there is the green shop. That shop's a Western institution. Here it appeared on a Uplay ad once. It's still going, still it's open today because it's Good Friday. So yeah, that one there is, yeah, it's a newer photo. It's probably 25, about 2000 that photo would have been taken. But yeah, it's a different purpose. But I really like the mural on that one, so that's what I got to mention. It's another commercial building. I'll get that in focus. There we are. This was the Commonwealth Bank of Australia. My dad used to work here back in the day, probably in the 70s, in the 80s. So these days, it is a tattoo shop. Yeah, this building here was, the photos from 1964 when it first opened. It was pretty flash and modern back then. These days it's a very 60s looking building, except for the paint job and the murals and everything on it, but yeah. Since then it had been like it was a hot shop for a while. It was shut down in 1994, the actual bank itself. It was a pawn store, then there was architects were in there, different other businesses, but yeah, currently it's a tattoo shop. It's like a fairly recent thing, the tattoo shop. So illicit ink apparently, so hopefully they do well there. Anyhow, let's go down the road and have a look what's down the road. I'm not sure if that's even framed, it's a bit funny light here, so we'll put the real photo up over the top. Anyhow, yeah, this is the Olympia Picture Palace. This was built in 1914. The photo was from around 1931. The place actually had a fire. It says all boarded up and stuff there. You see the damage to the top there. This is Olympia in the old photo. Yeah, this is from back in a different era where these small towns had their own picture theatres and theatres, and what was one in Kurri as well. This building is now, it's actually got an animal hospital apparently. Put the front door there. There used to be a renovated shop, used to be a architect office as well, maybe something like that. But there currently it's possibly an animal hospital, or going to be one, or has been one. Yeah, that building's still there. That's the building. That building's over 100 years old. They repainted the Olympia. It's been in different colours when it was renovated, but they kept painting the Olympia sign back on. Yeah. So there's only one more to do, and then we're done for Weston. There's our last one. This is another 1986 photo, probably the same day the photo of the Aberdare was taken. It's the Criterion Hotel at Weston in June 1986. As you can see, this one, the Olympia building there, back in them days, was pretty much abandoned, looked pretty ratty. It's been a lot of work's been done since then, so it must have been abandoned. So apparently it did reopen after the fire in the 30s. Obviously it had disappeared for a while there by the look of it. You can see the left there, there's a real estate agent to the left there, where there's a push bike shop now, the one to the left of the pub. Yeah, the pub looks pretty similar. There's a different paint job these days. Updated TUI signs. One of the two stout. It's still got some of the tile murals inside. Just one on the front there is damaged. And you don't see that many old Land Cruisers driving past anymore. But rather than that, that is the Criterion Hotel at Weston. Again, it's pretty similar. There you go, that's our then and now version of Weston. The photos, I couldn't find as many photos as good for Kurri, but We cover some of the big buildings, some of the old railway line stuff here. We'd like to find some more of the shops in the 80s, just a slight element, just how we remember them from the 80s, but there wasn't so much that around. I guess Percy Sternbeck didn't take as many photos of Weston as he did of Kurri, so thanks to people like him to take these old photos so that they are around for future reference. At the time of this old photos, no one really thinks twice about them. But yeah, 30, 40 years later, they're a pretty good thing to look back at. Anyhow, that's our Weston video done. Some people requested Abba Main one, so I could find some photos of Abba Main. We might be able to do something like that, or maybe even just some other ones for Kurri. I found a lot more photos of Kurri since the last one, so we could do a second Kurri one. Or we could do just one of different areas around the area, smaller parts like Hengreta, Abba Main, Main. But we'll see, this one's anyone was interested in this one first and go from there. Until next time, have fun.